Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Wood Rose, a short story by Abburi Chaya Devi. Abburi Chaya Devi was born on 13th October in 1933 at Rajmundry, which is in Andhra Pradesh. She has worked in the United Service Institution of Indian Library, in Jawaharlal Nehru University Library as Deputy Librarian. She retired in 1982. Her stories are very popular and are translated into various Indian languages. This story is a comparison of life in city and village. It is about the emotional bonding between the parent and the children and the expectations of the elder people and also feminism. The story starts with a mother-in-law sitting in the balcony and watching the passers-by. She feels bored. She tells that her daughter-in-law Kamala is taking care of everything in the house. Even in the kitchen, she does not have any work to do. She is old now and taking rest. This rest, which she once expected, now becomes boring. Once she felt that being old would bring her happiness. She thought she can relax and play with the grandchildren. She even expected to gossip with her neighbors, but all her expectations failed. She also understood that there is a big difference between growing old in the village and growing old in a town. In the city, everyone concentrates on themselves and not on others. Even her neighbors distanced themselves when she tried to visit them. So she decided to watch the passers-by from the balcony. Kamala is a daughter-in-law. She is planting the seed of a creeper. The mother-in-law asks if it is Shanbagam flowers. She replies it is wood rose. But the mother-in-law has never heard the name. She tells that even the name of Chamandi would be called by them only in English. With great curiosity, she asks about the shape of the flower. Kamala replies that at first they will bloom as long bell-shaped yellow flowers. Then from the middle of these flowers will bloom other flowers in the color of sandalwood and in the shape of rose. The old woman asks if they have any fragrance and whether they can be used for puja. Kamala tells that there won't be any fragrance from this flower. She tells that they can plant samajiji, which would give good fragrance, and the girls also can deck their plates with that. The mother-in-law feels that they can plant ash god seed. It can creep on the terrace and it will give many fruits. These fruits can be given to friends and neighbors. Actually, once she had planted some seeds beside the wall and it sprouted well. But after a few days, it was not there. When she asked about the plant to her son and daughter-in-law, they replied that they did not see it. She wondered whether they might have pulled them out. There is a room in terrace. Kamala's husband uses the room as study room. And on Sundays, he spends his time with his friends in the same room. One day, he scolded his wife for the wood rose creeper had spread all over the terrace. One day, Kamala put wood rose along with red roses in the glass vase. She said that the arrangement of flower is called ikebana. It looked really attractive. The mother-in-law held the wood rose in her hand and admired its beauty. It looked dry and brittle. According to mother-in-law, the wood rose stood for old age and the fresh rose symbolized youth. The mother-in-law asked, "Why don't we call it mother-in-law and daughter-in-law?" Both of them smiled. From that day onwards, the old lady eagerly watched and the wood roses instead of the passers-by. She admired the pretty bell-shaped yellow flowers. One Sunday, after puja, the old lady was sitting in the balcony. She saw her son was pulling out the creeper. She shouted at him, but he didn't listen. She went to the kitchen and asked the reason for her son's action to her daughter-in-law. Her daughter-in-law didn't answer properly. The mother-in-law was disappointed. She told him again not to pull out a creeper which was in full bloom. He shouted at her and she moved away quietly. The old lady recollected her memory. When he was a young boy, he was so affectionate towards her. He could not even bear the harsh remarks of his father against her. When she suffered near the firewood, he used to tell her that he would never allow any trouble to her in future. And this made her cry with joy. But now he has grown up. Her son had spent 3 years in America. After returning, he avoided spicy food, chilies and tamarind, saying it was not good for health. The sweets which were prepared by her became old-fashioned. and the old lady cannot cook biryani or bake cakes. They were using mixie to grind chutney instead of grinder. Her grandchildren spent their time to read comics with thick glasses. During dinner, she asked him the reason for pulling out the creeper. He replied that it was a nuisance. He hated the plant covering the veranda grill, and it also blocked the light into the room. Soon it would cover up the whole house, he said. The mother-in-law told him that there were so many beautiful yellow flowers all over the creeper. Gopalin replied that there were so many mosquitoes also, and these mosquitoes bit him. Now she had no words to reply to her son. She went to her bed, but she was unable to sleep. So many thoughts came pricking to her mind. She was sorry for the woodrose creeper. She felt that the same situation will come to her one day. Finally, she tells to herself that the affection between two people should not grow like a thick creeper. If so, the youngsters may remove it and throw it away. And she ends the story by saying, the mother only knows how to cling and entwine all round the other. Here ends the story. It's a beautiful story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.